Of man. This Kevin Samuel shit is giving me a lot of content, man. It's reminding me of that Cassidy shit, man. When I went on my little run, I'm hearing a lot of little things, man, that's making me passionate. But I want to talk about this Dr. Umar Johnson thing, man. Salute to Dr. Umar Johnson. For at least I know Umar Johnson and Kevin Samuels didn't really see eye to eye because Kevin Samuels made some comments or some remarks towards Umar Johnson. I don't know who started first. Umar made some comments towards him as well, but I respect Umar Johnson for keeping it classy. You feel me? And at least showing that man the gratitude that he deserves. As a man that has passed on into another life deserve. You feel me? But I want to talk about, in particular in this video, his disagreements. Because there's a lot of men out here that disagree and agree and look at this the same way that Dr. Umar does, about Kevin Samuels' talking point and his whole high value stick, his high value rhetoric. Now, it was a couple things that I didn't agree with, as far as trying to use the white man's way of life. You feel me? The clean cut suits and all that. That was his style. I get it. That was his style. That was the way Kevin Samuels went about his thing. You feel me? But to try to push that on men, and that's how men are supposed to handle things, using the Caucasian methods or the Caucasian way of doing things. You feel me? One of Umar Johnson's big issues was sticking to the Caucasian thing of he said that he didn't like that Kevin Samuels, and he disagreed that Kevin Samuels tried to, bring that thing up again, about the white standard of beauty. You feel me? The female white standard of beauty. And this is the thing that sisters have had a lot of problem with, because every time you try to hold sisters accountable, what is the number one thing that they always talk about? They always talk about, well, white women do that. Well, white women do this. Well, y'all don't say that to the white women. Don't nobody give a fuck about that. You feel me? And that's what Umar brought me back to. He sounded like a female in that particular aspect, where he just like, all he did was bring that thing back up right in their face, about them living up to the white standard of beauty. Let me tell you something, Dr. Umar. Let me tell you something. If we gonna keep it real, can we keep it real for a second, people? I might title my show that. Can we keep it real for a second? Black women were trying to live up to the white woman's standard of beauty way before Kevin Samuels came around. Shit, way before a man even said anything about anything that, or critiquing anything that a black woman did. They was trying to live up to a white woman's standard of beauty. Hey, let me ask you something. Do black women or do black women not, or have black women or have black women not been wearing white women's hair for the longest? Have black women or have black women not been wearing contacts for the longest? Have black women or have black women not tried to talk proper like a white woman? I know a lot of people will say, well, that proper thing and all this, that don't mean nothing. Conversation, we're just talking, the queens, the kings English and all that. Okay, whatever. But we know that that type of talking comes from a white woman. Meanwhile, the white woman is trying to be like you, trying to be like everything that you try to avoid, which is being your motherfucking self. All Kevin Samuels was doing was telling women how to be themselves and teaching women how to be themselves. And all he was doing was telling them the truth of what men really, really like. He was helping them. See, a lot of y'all look at that as hurt. A lot of y'all look at that as hurt. Because you say Kevin Samuels want to bring that back up in their face about the white standard of beauty. But all you want to do is reassure what's gotten us in this predicament in the first place. That's the simping. That's the simping. Kevin Samuels was trying to put the simping to bed. He was trying to retire the simping. And he died trying. He was trying to retire the simping. And he was trying to reinvigorate the pimping. That's all. When I listen to certain members of Kevin Samuels' family, he said, man, Kevin Samuels was been cold like that. He got that from my grandfather. He got that from he been dressing in suits like that. He been talking like that before y'all even knew him. Kevin Samuels, he wasn't no scammer. He wasn't no con artist. He just was an artist. He was an artiste at his particular profession. That's all he was. I hear a lot of dudes talking about, well, I disagree with him talking about that high value thing. You know? I disagree with that. Well, you disagree? So, and this is how you could tell a lot of dudes that wasn't listening, including especially Dr. Umar Johnson. They wasn't tuning in to Kevin Samuels' lives. Probably didn't even watch one video because Dr. Umar Johnson has talked about a lot of things. And let me tell you something. Dr. Umar Johnson, you are very sharp. You are very special when it comes to special education. You are very special in general. You're very intellectual. You know, I feel like you try your hardest, you know, to let people know or to push people into believing what you already is, what you don't have to prove, that you're just this great scholar. Yes, you're a great scholar. Yes, you're smart. Yes. But that was Kevin Samuels' thing. You might not relate to that. You might not like that because that wasn't your thing. I'm pretty sure that was a realm that you probably couldn't fuck with Kevin Samuels in. That was his thing. You feel me? Everybody ain't smart in everything, and everybody ain't trying to be smart in everything, and everybody ain't trying to act like they know every fucking thing. Everybody ain't trying to talk about certain things. If special education is your stick, that's your stick. You feel me? If politics is your stick, that's your stick. If red pill talk is your stick, then that's your stick. If sports is your talk, that's your stick, that's your stick. If battle rap is your shit, that's your shit. Talk about whatever you're passionate about talking about. That's what this YouTube shit is about, man. Why are we being overly critical? But Dr. Umar Johnson did say something that I agree with wholeheartedly. He said y'all women will allow these or have allowed these rap artists to denigrate y'all and disrespect y'all for so long. They ain't getting no celebrations. A lot of them have died. Y'all ain't celebrating King Von's death. Y'all ain't celebrating Mo 3's death. Y'all ain't celebrate Tupac. Tupac went from glorifying y'all to saying money over deeds. Y'all ain't nothing. Biggie done talked about how he do women on a daily. Biggie done showed y'all how he do women on a daily. So did Pop. And etc. Y'all ain't out here celebrating their death. It ain't an uproar with men and women. It ain't just the women, men too. But y'all showed them the utmost respect. They was disrespecting. Where y'all niggas at now? Where y'all niggas at now? Tupac and them, who y'all hold at a higher esteem, who y'all call legends, who y'all call the GOATs. These niggas y'all call the GOAT. Lil Wayne, y'all call him the GOAT. Drake disrespect women all the time. Publicly in his music, but y'all call him the GOAT. These niggas the GOAT. All Kevin Samuels do is come out and tell the truth. These niggas are physically, verbally and physically assaulting women. Future, he's the biggest male gigolo known to man. But y'all glorify him. But all men are doing is reassuring the white standards of beauty. And all you doing is reassuring the simping, Dr. Umar. You know, you get mad when people start talking to you and questioning you about the school that you ain't built, the school that you ain't put up, the money you just scammed out of these fucking people. You get mad about that. But here you are, you want to say this and say, it was low-key a sneak diss, man, but I do respect that he had enough respect to not do Kevin Samuels like the women did him. To just let his feelings pour all out and prove Kevin Samuels right. But I've been hearing a lot of dudes talking about, man, I don't agree with that. You know, but I kind of expect that to come from, you know, Umar. You feel me? I would kind of expect that because Umar want everybody to know that he's the number one. That's what this whole nigga shit is about. Trying to prove to everybody and trying to fight to be the number one nigga. This is a coon race. The fight over who gonna get to the finish line to be declared the number one fucking coon. I'm just saying. I ain't talking about Umar. If the shoe fits, wear it. But I'm talking about you let this man die. Let this man die in peace, man. Let this man do what he do, man. At the end of the day, yeah, I disagree with this, and I disagree. That's how I can tell a lot of you motherfuckers never watch one episode. What Jay-Z say? Do you niggas listen to it, or you just skim through it? How do you niggas just skim through it, take what you want to take from it? A lot of you motherfuckers, like a lot of you women, y'all done tune in through the whole fucking episodes. Y'all tune in to every episode and still don't understand the big picture and the big point in it. Because you don't want to. You want to pick what you want to pick out of it and twist it the way you want to twist it because you don't like the overall message. But I just hear a lot of people talking about this. A lot of people talking about, oh yeah, the same thing Umar talking about. So yeah, I just didn't like the high value thing and how he tried to use white standards of beauty for us. No, all he did was tell you what the fuck men want. And obviously it was right because that's all he had there. He had just as much women there than he had men, probably more. So who's really sad about it? Who's really mad about it? That's you can tell. When you can tell a motherfucker's argument and their disagreement is based off hate, it's based off jealousy, when there's no base to it, when there's no fucking baseline to it. You can't really break it down. You can't really break down or make logical sense as to how it was disrespectful to women. How you disagreed with it. Obviously, the women didn't disagree with it because they was there every fucking episode. What am I? Am I a 10? Am I a 6? What am I? Could you rate me? Even Nicki Minaj, the biggest feminist. Can you rate me? Can you please rate me? Ain't that much of a fucking issue, Umar Johnson. That's why I say, can we keep it real for real? Ain't that much of an issue. That's the problem the women have, is that you keep holding them to white standards of beauty. No, they was holding themselves to white standard of beauty long before Kevin Samuels came. Again, they the ones that's walking around with white women here. They the ones that's walking around with Indian women here. And then he said, yeah, Kevin Samuels wasn't with a black woman. So I understand that. He actually lived in what he was talking about. First of all, Umar, you see, he with that Pan-Africanism and all that shit. So we can't even have this spiritual conversation. First of all, that lady was technically a black woman. The one that Kevin Samuels with, she may not have been a sister, a soul sister, but you with that African shit. You feel me? But she was a Mexican. She's a sister. She's a sister. She might not have been a black sister, and the sisters weren't even jealous about that she wasn't black. They wasn't jealous about that. All they would have did, they hated his message. They would have just found another way and another excuse to try to denigrate him and disrespect him even more. That wouldn't even stop you from commenting on the shit. You feel me? Because your ego was shattered because Kevin Samuels was getting all this love that you feel like you done bust your ass in school to earn all these years, Umar Johnson. When you need to be focusing on finally giving them peoples a Frederick Douglass school. You feel me? Let me see if anybody comments. What's up with my people in here, man? I know many people ain't gonna be in here for these topics, man, but it is what it is. We gonna cook. But yeah, all Kevin Samuels did was tell the truth, man. No matter how y'all shape it, no matter how y'all flip it, no matter how y'all try to spin it, all he did was tell the fucking truth. And the proof was in the fucking pudding. The proof was in the viewers. The proof was in the people. It was in the women that you claim didn't want didn't want the white women's standards of beauty to be reinsured. I can't see that. I couldn't see that because they damn sure was in there every fucking episode. So what you saying, Umar Johnson, makes absolutely no fucking sense. Oh yeah, but the men was there too. The men was there, listening to every bit of it. So what you trying to say? We stupid? What you trying to say? I know you feel like you a scholar. I know you feel like you at the top of the mountain. But what you trying to say? Men don't know what they want. Men don't know what they want, and women know everything. The queens know everything. I appreciate you calling a spade, but what I don't like is dudes talking about they calling a spade, but you still trying to low key condemn the messenger instead of taxing these women for trying to slaughter the message. He was like, yeah, these women, said all of this about Kevin Samuels and this, that, and the third, and you know, we gonna call a spade, but you still low key throwing shots. You feel me? I can understand. No, I'm not here to defend Kevin Samuels. I can understand if you was there listening to that shit. I could be able to tell when somebody is actually listening, but what I don't like is somebody that clearly haven't really been around to listen to the message. Because all he did was really he described how he had the ambiance of his room, his whole setup. He was talking about how he was dressed. He was talking about, certain things, shit that you could see on the outside. He wasn't really talking about shit that Kevin Samuels, breaking down shit that Kevin Samuels said. And this is Umar Johnson, people. Somebody that can break down anything as far as intellect in an intellectual way. Or maybe he did listen. Maybe he was low-key a fan when they was going through their thing. And he just not man enough to just say that, he said he was telling it like it is. That Kevin Samuels was telling it like it is. Maybe he not man enough to do that. We also got to understand we can't expect, a certain level of perfection from a lot of these celebrities, man. And in Umar's case, he's like a Z-level celebrity. You feel me? It's like, no, I'm gonna give him more respect than that. He may be like a C-level celebrity. It's way less than what he think it is. He's like a C-level celebrity. So you can't really expect these dudes because a lot of their fan base come from women. So you can't really expect him. I was surprised. That's why I said I respect him at the beginning of the video. Because I was surprised that he even said what he said that far. Because a lot of these dudes, like you see Dr. Boyce Watkins, a lot of these dudes, man, they be talking that real shit about certain other shit, will take a back seat on other topics because they got a female fan base. I get it. They got a female fan base. That's why people respect Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels professed his life and lived his fucking life the way a lot of you niggas have been scared to do it for so long, for so many years. That's why that shit seemed like it was such a big thing. It seemed like it was a whole big thing when he came around because of people like Umar, people like Dr. Boyce Watkins. A lot of these dudes has been around, like Hassan Campbell. A lot of these dudes has been around that's been talking about a whole bunch of other shit, doing what they do. I'm not going to disrespect them. But Dr. Boyce Watkins is great at talking about finances. That's his lane. Hassan Campbell is great at breaking down these celebrities and the shit that they don't do. And the shit that they try to, portray to the people, to the viewers, and how they try to, manipulate the people, these celebrities. That's Hassan Lane. Umar is very, very good at talking about special ed, the education system. Very, very good at that. Ain't nobody fucking with Umar with that. But respect Kevin Samuels for what he did. But a lot of y'all dudes can't because y'all want to be the number one niggas at y'all profession. That's why I always respected a motherfucker like Charleston White, because Charleston White came out and said he apologized. He apologized, man. He said, yeah, he telling them bitches right. Yeah. Y'all dudes can't do that. Because not only do y'all have a female fan base that's going to tax that ass, but y'all have jealousy because he's doing what he does better than y'all niggas do what y'all do. Like y'all niggas do a lot of y'all dudes do multiple things, and I'm referring to Umar, Boyce. Y'all do y'all things good. Y'all particular genres and the stuff that y'all talk about, y'all do that good. The difference is Kevin Samuels do his one thing great. Y'all do multiple things good and decent. He does the one thing great. And the proof was in the actions of the women. Yeah. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. You can be like, man, Umar is this. Yeah, Boyce is that. Think about how many views. Think about how many damn flies. Think about how many views Dr. Boyce Watkins got over his span of his YouTube career and over his career. And think about it. Umar and Boyce been around longer than Kevin Samuels. And think about how many people. See, I like to show y'all examples in real fucking life, in real time. So that's how I can shut all that shit down for anybody to come around and say, nah, Boyce get a lot of people. He does. Umar get a lot of people. He does. But I'm talking about in their particular professions. The amount of appeal and viewers that they get in their professions is nowhere near the amount that Kevin Samuels got in his. Is we gonna keep it real? Is we gonna keep it real, people? I'm waiting for people to keep it real. Like Red Supreme say, the truth is a bitter pill. It is. Come on now. Come on now. I tell people all the time, the best motherfuckers is gonna be the ones that's willing to put their soul all the way out there. That's really ready to profess and really be out there. Nobody did that greater than Kevin Samuels. Nobody did that greater than Kevin Samuels. A lot of y'all niggas was talking this and talking that, but y'all was scared to offend these women. That's why they think the way they think now. Y'all was scared. Dr. Boyce, all Dr. Boyce, what do Dr. Boyce and Umar have in common? They exalt these women. They praise these women, even when these women don't deserve it. They call them queens, even when they act like witches. And they have a problem because Kevin Samuels is willing to do what they never was. What they was afraid to do. That's what we have niggas doing. We have niggas that was always scared of taking that risk, trying to criticize and minimize a motherfucker that took that risk with no problem and made a career. Not just took the risk, but showed you that if you take this risk, you can make a career off of this shit. Y'all was scared to take that risk because y'all thought that risk was going to bring y'all shit down. He took that risk right out of the gate. Not right out of the gate, but y'all get what I'm saying. He's talking about the men first. But y'all get what I'm saying. He took that risk, and it turned into a hell of a reward. He turned into a hell of a reward. Y'all was scared to take the risk, and now y'all out here trying to diss. Kevin Samuels took that risk, and now he got a lot of niggas and a lot of bitches pissed. It's your boy Double R, man. Peace.